Alright, welcome to lesson 4, the checkpoint. So again, I have my unit 1 theorem review up, and I'm going to model how I would use that in conjunction with the checkpoint. So we're going to start off with the last question, question 10. Use the figures to complete the sentence. So figure A is in pink and it's a triangle. Figure B is in blue and it's a triangle. Figure C is in green and it's a smaller triangle. And figure D has these tick marks and these angle marks. What those tick marks mean is that each side that has a 1 tick mark is the same distance. So this side right here is the same distance as this side because it has a 1 tick mark, and it's the same distance as this side because it has a 1 tick mark. So those tick marks are referring to side lengths. And now this angle right here, since it has the angle with a 1 tick mark, is the same as this angle right here in the tick mark, and then the angle right here in this tick mark. So now it says figure blank is a regular polygon. Enter your answer as the letter that correctly fills in the blank in the previous sentence. So the first thing I'm looking for is a regular polygon. So I come over to lesson 4 and I see polygons and not polygons, but the first thing is, what is a rectangle? What is a regular polygon? And it is actually coming down right here, and it says polygons can be classified as regular or irregular. If all angles of a polygon are equal in measure, it is equiangular. So are all of the angles the same? And if all of the sides have the same length, it is equilateral. If both of these occur at the same time, the polygon is called a regular polygon. So if you notice, this is the regular and this is the irregular. The regular polygon has the same tick marks indicating that the side lengths are all the same, and the same angles with the tick marks indicating that all of the angles are the same. And the only one that corresponds to that is figure D. So you would type in D. So then question 8. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with blank. Which answer choice correctly fills in the blank in the previous sentence? So I'm looking for parallelogram, and so I'm going to scan till I see a picture of a parallelogram. I have polygons, not polygons, quadrilaterals. I don't see a picture of a parallelogram, but I see the word parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides parallel. So it says opposite sides with both of them. So that means you have to have 2 pairs of parallel sides. You have to have a top and a bottom being parallel and a left and a right being parallel. And I will actually add in a picture of the parallelogram and a picture of the rectangle for you guys. So on that, it has to have 2 pairs of parallel sides because it has both. Both means both pairs. So you have 2 pairs. Question 6. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly 1 pair of blank. Which answer choice correctly fills in the blank in the previous sentence? So I would scan if I was needing help with trapezoids. Okay, so another type of quadrilateral is a trapezoid, which is a quadrilateral with exactly 1 pair of parallel sides. So it has exactly 1 pair of, and I'm scanning for parallel sides, and that ends up being the last selection. Your quote for lesson 4 is by Thomas Edison, and it says, you can often gauge a man's ambition by whether he hates his alarm clock or considers it his best friend. And another thing that I heard recently was by Zig Ziglar, and he was talking about how we use so many negative words to describe things. And one of the things he had mentioned was an alarm clock. Who wants to wake up to an alarm? That's such a negative word to describe. So he started calling his an opportunity reminder, because it's your opportunity to get up, get the things done that you want to do, and accomplish your goals and dreams. So maybe think of your alarm clock as an opportunity reminder because of Zig Ziglar. Question 4. Which polygons are regular polygons? There is more than one correct answer choice. Select all correct answer choices. So I would scan, if you don't remember from the previous, through and look for regular or irregular. Regular has the same side lengths and the same angles. So I'm looking for those tick marks and the angle marks. So figure A has all of the tick marks on the sides and all of the angles. So figure A is regular, and then I look at figure B and I want to make sure all of the sides are ticked. Yep, they're all mad. And then I'm looking for the angles, and they are all marked the same. So figure B is the same. Figure D is not ticked or angled. Figure C is not marked either. Neither is figure F. Figure E, all of the sides are ticked, and each angle has that little square, which again means that they're perpendicular, which means that they're all 90 degrees. So they are all the same. So those are our regular polygons. And question 2, use the figures to answer the question. So we have figure A with chevrons. You didn't know math was stylish before chevron patterns came out, huh? So we have figure A with these 2 chevron markings matching the 2 chevron markings on the bottom. That means those 2 sides are parallel. So that means those 2 sides are parallel to each other. And then the ones that have the 1 chevron mark with the 1 chevron mark means that those 2 sides are parallel. So in figure B, it has 1 parallel and 1 parallel. Figure C has none. Figure E, F, and E. And then figure D, 2 chevron markings matches the 2 chevron markings, and then which means that they're parallel. And 1 chevron marking matching another chevron marking means that those 2 sides are parallel. So which quadrilaterals are parallelograms? So again, we are looking for the definition of what a parallelogram is. And a parallelogram is quadrilateral that has both pairs of opposite sides being parallel. So we're looking for the chevron markings, and we're looking for opposite sides having the same markings. So figure B, this 1 chevron marking, the opposite side is right here. So far we have one pair. This side is not parallel to this side, so figure B is not a parallelogram. It is a quadrilateral. It is not a parallelogram. So then if I look at figure A, I have 1 chevron marking here, 1 chevron marking here. There's 1 pair of parallel sides. Figure A, I have 2 chevron markings here. I'm looking for another, the opposite side, being 2 chevrons. So there's your second pair of parallel lines. So figure A is a parallelogram. It is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides being parallel. So then I'm looking for the chevron markings to match on opposite sides, which again occurs with figure D, the 2 chevron markings and the 2 chevron markings. And then single chevron marking and a single chevron marking. That means that those 2 sides are parallel. So figure D is also a parallelogram. And there is your checkpoint 4.